one of the most beautiful places in the country, scenic Colorado. And in downtown Denver, how about some baseball? First of three between the Padres and the Rockies coming up. Start of a quick three-game trip for the Padres. Matt Kemp, tremendous numbers against the Colorado Rockies in his career, and he is not alone. Kemp not the only Padre to put up big numbers against the Rocks. Justin Upton doing plenty of damage over the years against this Rockies ball club. Welcome to Coors Field. It's the first of three games between the Padres and the Rockies. With Mark Grant, I'm Jesse Agler. Thanks for spending part of your Friday night with us. Tyson Ross will be out on the mound for the Padres tonight. Good numbers in his career against Colorado also, but for what it's worth, has yet to pick up a win against the Rockies.
Yeah, and that's kind of out of his control. What he can do is concentrate on staying away from the big inning and getting out of the first inning cleanly. As you take a look at Tyson getting hot, 0-5 record, but the 3.35 ERA, you can't do anything about wins and losses. The best thing you do is keep those opponents at 233 or below. This one thing about Tyson Ross here in Colorado, I think he's got good enough stuff, Jesse, to where he doesn't have to worry about the elevation. Go with that two-seam fastball. He has been incorporating a cut fastball. He'll throw that about 10 or 12 times, and we know that slider. A lot of swings and misses from Tyson Ross. So it's about getting ahead and then putting them away on that slider.
Nope, no doubt about that. Carlos Gonzalez, one of the hottest hitters in all of baseball, at least since May, but against the Padres this year, he has been held in check.
I kind of get excited when I see these numbers, but Carlos Gonzalez, yeah, he is hot. He can use the whole field. This season versus San Diego, the average of 103, 15 strikeouts. But look, this is going to be a great head-to-head matchup. The last 61 games, Carlos Gonzalez hitting 322. He's parked at 22. 16 multi-hit games. How do you get him out? You got to mix it up. You can't fall into a pattern because he uses the whole field. He's healthy this year. He's showing off that power. But once again, it's going to be Tyson Ross versus Carlos Gonzalez. Who's going to win the battle? I'll tell you what, that slider from Tyson Ross could put him away. He's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Carlos Gonzalez is against Tyson Ross this year.
Tyson has done his part against Gonzalez this season. We'll try and continue that tonight when we return on a hot night in Denver. Tyson Ross going to try and keep cool. We'll tell you about the humidor at Coors Field when we come back. Coors Field, Game 1 of a weekend series between the Padres and the Rockies coming up. And let's check in with Allie Sturm, who's got some information on the famous humidor. Allie?
The Colorado Rockies have an interesting way of storing baseballs since 2002. They store them here in the humidor. The humidor is a temperature-controlled environment that allows the baseballs not to harden or lose friction, essentially keeping it equitable to all of the other cities. And here's what Pat Murphy had to say about how it has allowed the game to play out more consistently.
I was lucky enough in El Paso we had one of those, and lucky enough to see how it all works, and it makes a difference. You know, it makes a difference, in obviously in the baseball. So I think the statistics show that it does make a difference, and you know, it's good to make the game as fair and as even as possible. Tyson just goes out and, you know, is himself because he's very, very good. They talk a lot about the altitude and all that kind of stuff. I think he just goes out and doesn't think about anything except making pitches and being relentless the way he is.
Well, now we'll see the humidor at work as Tyson Ross takes the mound and seeks his first win at Coors Field. Jesse, back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. You know those pitchers love the humidor. Tyson Ross will be out there against the lefty Yohan Flande. Padres have won 7 of 9 against Colorado this year and look to start the weekend off on a high note. Between the Padres and the Rockies. It was hot, hot, hot this afternoon. Cooled off a little bit, but still 86 degrees with clouds. Jesse Agler, Mark Grant, Allie Sturm, and our Fox Sports San Diego crew as the Padres try and get back on track after the loss in their last game against the Reds, but they took 2 out of 3 against Cincinnati. The Rockies, meanwhile, trying to bounce back from a 4-game sweep at Citi Field in New York. Lance Barrett behind the dish with crew chief Dale Scott at first base. Stevie Buckner, the second base umpire this evening, and the veteran Dan Iasonia, the third base umpire, as 29-year-old left-hander Yohan Flande takes the hill for the Rockies. Padres lineup tonight is brought to you by Toyota. There's Yangervis Solarte leading off. He'll play third base, and he is leading off for the 20th time this season. Derek Norris gets another start at first base. Kemp and Upton with Jed Jerko batting 5th. Clint Barmas against his old team will be at shortstop. Austin Hedges behind the plate. Melvin Upton Jr. getting a start in center field with Tyson Ross. An even 200 batting average for the Padre pitcher, hitting 9th.
And for the left-hander, Yohan Flande, here's the scouting report. He's got the two-seam fastball, changeup, and slider. He likes to work for the ground ball. Therefore, you see the sinking action. If he's going to miss, he's going to try to miss down in the zone. Now, here's another little nugget.
Oh.
He'll change speeds on that two-seam fastball and also the changeup. So it's almost like, rather than 2 pitches, it's kind of like 4 pitches for the left-hander, Flande.
Rockies defense behind Flande, brought to you by Renovation Realty. Brandon Barnes in left with Charlie Blackmon and Carlos Gonzalez in the rest of the outfield. Arenado and Jose Reyes on the left side of the infield. First look at Reyes in a Rocky uniform. LeMahieu and Paulson on the right side with old friend Nick Hundley behind the plate catching Flande. Solarte in the leadoff spot for the 4th consecutive game. He has been among the hottest of the Padre hitters. Had a nice series against Cincinnati where San Diego took 2 out of 3. He was on base 7 times in the 3 games, scored 4 runs. Had a 5-game hitting streak come to a close on Wednesday as Flande gets ready for his 4th start of the season. Kind of been up and down for AAA Albuquerque. He's also pitched out of the bullpen a couple of times this year. And for a guy who made his major league debut last season, Flande, he'll get a chance to face the Padres here tonight.
It's no fun pitching in then Colorado Springs, now Albuquerque, and now here, Denver, Colorado. Quite frankly, it's like pitching on the moon.
That's what they say. First pitch of the night to Solarte is a called strike. We're underway, 0-1. Well, you mentioned his ground ball tendencies, his two-seamer sinker, and that's the kind of guy the Rockies are trying to develop in their system right now because he hit the ball in the air here, and you got no idea what's going to happen. 2
types of pitchers that I would go after if I was running a ball club, especially here in Colorado. The power 4-seam fastball guy. Now, when I say power, I'm not talking 93, 94. I'm talking 98, 99. As you look at the spacious outfield here at Coors Field. Get your track shoes on, outfielders. You got to cover those gaps. And I would go with the 2-seam fastball, changeup, tight slider pitcher, like we're going to see tonight in Flande.
Yeah, for all the talk over the years, the home runs that have been hit here, it's as much the extra base hits as anything else because the fences are so far back. The outfield is so big, and you find a gap and doubles and triples all over the place. And, of course, they've got to have these deep dimensions because the ball carries so well. See if the Padres can take advantage, get the bats going. Solarte on the ground and back to the pitcher, Flande, 1 away. Mentioned Solarte being among the hottest Padre hitters. That's certainly true as you look at his road average the last couple of weeks among the major league leaders. The overall slugging percentage down for the Padres as well.
And for Yonder, got to get going when he is in the lineup. Not in the lineup today. Derek Norris leaving the tools of ignorance hanging on the dugout wall. He's patrolling first base tonight.
And he takes a fastball inside. Norris has doubled in each of his last 2 starts. His 24 2-base hits tied for the team lead. Like a lot of guys, he's hit very well against Colorado this year. Padres have had great success against the Rockies. 5-0 at Petco Park against Colorado this season with a rainout sprinkled in there. And 2-2 here at Coors. This is the first trip to Denver for the Padres since April. Take a look at Norris against the Rockies this year, and that's serious damage in the 8 games.
That's hitting mistakes. That's feeling comfortable at the plate. That's seeing the ball well out of the pitcher's hand. And let's see how Flande counters against the hot-hitting Norris against these Rockies. Pitching in.
Too far.
That's the one thing I've just noticed is at bat. In the 4 pitches thrown to Derek Norris, the last 2 have been hard inside. You cannot be afraid to pitch inside here at Coors Field. Bury it in there. Throw it in there. If you're going to miss on the ball side of home plate near that chalk line where the batter's box is.
Norris tops that one foul at the plate. So still 2 balls and 2 strikes to the Padre first baseman.
I've got him tonight. Pick the stick. He's my guy.
And what were some of the reasons?
Hits well against the Rockies. We mentioned that in 2015. Last 12 games, swinging the bat well.
Making his 5th start at first base tonight. Can't hurt. A little less wear and tear as he goes the other way, and he beats the shift. LeMahieu was swung over towards the bag at second. Norris takes advantage, goes with that one, and a 1-out single here in the top of the first.
You don't have to swing the bat that hard when the shift is on and he gets something away after being pounded inside. Just hits the ball on the ground. A short stroke to that pitch away, and a little bleeder. We call it a bleeder? 18 hopper? 5 hopper? Anyway, you look at it.
I didn't count the hops. I'm sorry.
It's a hit.
Did we get the hop count?
6
hops.
hopper.
It was a 6 hopper.
Anyway, you look at it, it's a big league knock.
So that's a point for you, and pick the stick. Here's Matt Kemp. Also, great numbers against the Rockies, not just this year, but over the course of his career. Kemp's got more home runs against Colorado than any other active player. And in the last game for the Padres, he hit a home run. That was Wednesday against the Reds, a 3-run shot in the first. And he hits this one well to center field. Charlie Blackmon just turning around, running back, looking up. It's gone. 2-run homer for Matt Kemp. And for the second straight game, he goes deep in the first.
This ain't no party. This ain't no disco. This ain't no fooling around. Matt Kemp getting the Padres on the board early in the first inning, an 0-1 count out of the hand of Flande. Oh, it's hard holding back the smiles. You got to love that.
Home run number 13, and now 65 RBIs to move into the team lead in that department. And a 7-game hit streak to boot. Strike 1 to Justin Upton.
When this ball was off the bat, did you think it was going to go as far as it did? Because look at the swing. Looks like it's off the end a little bit. And it looks like he's catching it out front just a little bit too bit. And just a skosh is what I'm talking about. But we are here in Colorado. The ball will travel.
Upton into right center field. That's going to be a base hit. Gonzalez running over to cut it off, and he'll hold Upton to a single. Back-to-back hits for the Padres here with 1 out in the first. Like Norris, Upton going the other way. Take a look at the career numbers coming into tonight for both Matt Kemp and Justin Upton. And, sign me up. 32 home runs now for Kemp. And 114 RBIs against the Rockies in his career.
Oh, the hitters start to salivate a little bit when they look at the schedule and they come to Coors Field. The key, though, is you can't overswing. Stay within your game.
Let the atmosphere do it.
Yes, square it up. And if you elevate it just a little bit, chances are you're going to find a gap or you're going to hit a home run.
Flande delivers, and it gets away from Hundley, and Upton will go to second base. So ball 1 to Jed Jerko. And a man in scoring position. You can see LeMahieu playing over towards the bag, kind of as he was positioned against Derek Norris, who beat him going that direction. 1-0 to Jed is ripped into left field. That's a base hit. And Flande not fooling anybody right now. Upton's going to come in and score. It's 3-0 Padres as Jerko cruises into second with a double. 4 straight hits here in the first.
Hey, no holding back for the Padres in the first inning. Mistake. Jed Jerko is all over it. Oh, did you hear that sound?
Perfect.
It's like slapping a couple of 2x4s together. That's finding the sweet spot. 10th double for Jed this year. And the Padre players on the bench can get used to that. Well, we just saw a lot of high fives early.
How about Kemp, Upton, and Jerko all extending their hitting streaks to 7 games, all here in the first inning, all back-to-back-to-back.
How about a Fresca?
So far, so good. Tyson Ross going to have a lead before he goes out there in the bottom of the first. Clint Barmas came up with the Rockies, of course, made his big league debut with Colorado in 2003. And he takes a ball from Flande.
Talked to Clint before the game. Loves coming back here to Colorado. Made a lot of good friends and sees the ball well here in Colorado. Used to standing in that batter's box for 81 home dates as a Rocky.
Still lives here. Kids go to school here. And he hits this one into shallow right field. Gonzalez and the first baseman Paulson giving it a look, and Cargo makes the catch. And it's the second out of the inning. Jerko back to second base, and 2 away for Austin Hedges.
You know what else you have to take into consideration playing here in Colorado when there's a long inning? Put yourself in the shoes of the defenders. A lot of time playing defense. That gets tiring. Part of the mental grind.
Sure.
Playing here in Colorado.
Saw Flande working pretty quickly here early on, and you're right, because of that, you almost need your starting pitchers to work quickly, because if you combine a guy not working fast with a long inning, it can feel like forever for the defenders, and that's never good. Man on second, 2 outs, and strike 1 to Austin Hedges. Started a couple of games during the Red Series, picked up 3 hits.
20th pitch of the inning for Flande.
Fouls that one straight back, 0-2. Hedges making his 23rd start of the season. He has caught Tyson Ross more than any other Padre pitcher, though he did not catch Tyson's last start on Saturday against Philadelphia. Hedges hits that one well to left. Barnes coming in, and he'll make the catch. A hard hit line drive. And that's it for the Padres in the top of the first. But they do some definite damage. Matt Kemp goes out to straightaway center field at Coors, his 13th home run of the season. And it's 3-0 Padres in the first. Rockies and the Friars.
Way out of here, and you can forget about it. Craig Kimball's goes on the game winner. The hot shot to third, and you know it, he does it again. Got him. How about another home run?
Been some fun games this year between the Padres and the Rockies as the series continues, and Pods look for more success against Colorado. Rocky lineup brought to you by Hyundai. Charlie Blackmon among the National League leaders. Leadoff hitters in just about every big category. Jose Reyes has settled into that 2-hole. Cargo, Arenado, Paulson, LeMahieu, Hundley, Barnes, and the pitcher Flande for Walt Weiss. Blackmon hitting .283, 13 homers, 46 RBI, leads the team in triples and stolen bases, although he has been scuffling a little bit as of late.
And with Tyson Ross on the mound, the Padres Scouting Report is brought to you by Anderson Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Hey, find the groove early for Tyson Ross and keep him close. Pick up a win.
You never beat the Rockies.
0-5. Can't do anything about that. He's got the nice ERA, about 3.3. Stake to a 3-0 lead here. Charlie Blackmon 0 for his last 15, but you can say that a lot about the Colorado Rockies hitters. They ran into a buzzsaw against the New York Mets.
Lost 4 straight, and the Mets starters worked into the 7th inning in all 4 games. Spikes that one, 3-2 to Blackmon. Yeah, this team with all of their great offensive numbers year in and year out, and they've got some great numbers this year. But after taking 2 out of 3 in Washington, they go up to Citi Field, and they just got knocked around by the Mets, who are one of the hottest teams in baseball.
That rotation with DeGrom, Syndergaard, Harvey, Cologne. You know, the soft tosser you mix in there could be effective at times.
So Blackmon and his 30 stolen bases on first base, leadoff walk. Padre defense brought to you by San Diego County Ford dealers. Both Uptons in the starting lineup tonight with Matt Kemp in right field, Solarte at third, former Rocky Clint Varmus at short, Jerko and Norris on the right side with Austin Hedges once again catching Tyson Ross. Well, the walks have been a thing for Tyson Ross this year, and Blackmon at first base with a big lead, and they check on him.
You know, the last 2 starts for Tyson Ross, he's gone 13 innings. Only 3 walks. So really hasn't that been a big deal for Tyson? So leadoff walk. Let's see if he can get a grounder or a strikeout here.
Runner goes. Reyes takes outside. Hedges throw down to second base. Not in time. Stolen base number 31 for Charlie Blackmon. Only Billy Hamilton and Dee Gordon have more steals in all of baseball.
Yeah, you almost smelled that one coming with a high leg kick for Tyson Ross. But hey, with Austin Hedges, concentrate on making a good pitch. He's on the shortstop side on that throw. The beard's not slowing him down. Oh, he looks like he may have came off the bag a little bit there.
See the numbers. Gordon in Miami just saw Billy Hamilton. Reyes takes fastball strike, 1-1. Former Met, Marlin, and Blue Jay Jose Reyes, acquired in that Tulowitzki trade July 28th. Played in 13 games with the Rockies so far. Already 32 years old, Jose Reyes. Holds up there, 2-1.
It's so hard to come to Colorado with the Rockies being in the division with the Padres and not seeing number 2, Troy Tulowitzki.
Weird.
It is weird.
It's been a long time since you haven't seen him out there, not counting the injury stuff. And he goes to Toronto, and they just win, 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 win. Reyes into center field. Melvin Upton lines up the line drive. Blackmon tags and stays put. 1 away. Take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your San Diego Honda dealers, Mark.
Keep cargo in the container. Get it?
The ballpark is the container?
Yeah, keep them contained.
Okay.
With the way the numbers the Padre pitching staff has pitched them this year, keep those numbers the same. And too much is never enough. Padres scored 3 in the first. Hey, scored 3 in the second and in the third.
Sure.
If you're ahead 14-1, add seriously.
No, I know.
Add on, because the leads here can change in a heartbeat.
This place, man. Talked about Blackmon 0 for his last 15. Gonzalez 0 for his last 12. All of that coming against Met pitching. Last couple games of the 4-game sweep. And a nice stop by Hedges. Blackmon's way off second. Now they got him hung up. Throw down to Barmes to third, and they got him. Well, that worked out nicely for Tyson Ross and Austin Hedges.
Most certainly did. Got a little too froggy there at second base. That's the old 2-6-5 put out. Way to go, Austin Hedges, erasing Blackmon. Let's go back. Secondary lead, ball in the dirt. Blackmon caught in no man's land. Now here is where Clint Barmes needs to make a good pitch or a good throw, and they got him on the knee just before the foot hits the bag. You don't want to throw it up the backside of the runner going to third base.
Blackmon overly aggressive in a 3-run game, and now a big swing from Cargo, 1-1. Hey, Gonzalez, despite the 0 for 12, and it's relevant. More homers and RBI since the All-Star break than anybody else in the National League. And kind of by a lot. way out in front of everybody. Tyson Ross gets some help on the base paths. And remember when the Rockies were at Petco last month? That last game was rained out Sunday, but Friday and Saturday, they had a bunch of base running miscues in that series, and comes right back out here in the first inning tonight. So that first one, here's how I understand that. About 1 in 10 hits that Tyson Ross gives up are well hit.
Balls in play, even.
Okay.
You can narrow it down to that.
Okay.
But you're right, because they grade them soft, medium, and well hit balls.
That one not well hit. Back to Ross. Has to go off the glove. Recovers and throws high to Norris. Gonzalez on his way to second base as the ball trickles into right. And a couple of moments there for Tyson Ross. Fielded it, maybe had more time than he realized after recovering.
He did have more time, and he's kicking himself right now. Too quick, working underneath it, therefore elevating that ball to Derek Norris. Look at how much time he had. He had plenty of time. He had 3 full strides. That prolongs the inning. Got to buckle down. You get Nolan Arenado.
Error on the pitcher, 2 base errors, so E1 puts Gonzalez at second with 2 away. Each team with a miscue here in the first. See if Ross can pitch around it against the very dangerous Nolan Arenado. Just a 1 home run behind Bryce Harper for the lead in the National League. Tied with Todd Frazier of the Reds. '28 homers, 82 RBIs for Nolan Arenado. A little bit up, 1-1.
It's not a bad pitch.
No. Hey, for all the ways we sort of, and everybody does this, dismissively talk about, the Rockies' offensive numbers, how about for Arenado, 18 of his 28 home runs on the road? The bat has really come alive this year to go with a great defense, and look out.
Wow. That's 94 coming right at your chin. Wow. And he turns away the right way. Show him your name and number. If you're going to get hit on the backside, that's gnarly.
Hedges just sort of snow coned it. So 2 balls and a strike to the Colorado third baseman. Check on Gonzalez and outside. Ball 3. I mean, look where it is on Fox Tracks.
Yeah, Fox Tracks brought to you by Honda. Pitch number 3.
Barely in the thing. Nice slider from Ross. That fills the count. 3-2 with the left-handed hitting first baseman Ben Paulson.
If you walk him here, it's not the worst fate. You got first and second. You've got to force at any base. You've got 2 outs. And you've got Ben Paulson waiting on deck.
(3-2) to Arenado. And he fouls it back to the screen. Arenado hit a first-inning home run yesterday in New York. One of 2 homers the Rockies hit in the opening frame. They led 2-0 after half an inning. And then the Mets got 3 in the bottom of the first. Gonzalez reached via the error. Another 3-2 pitch. And another foul ball.
Hey, well-located fastball there, number 7, pitch number 7. You can see Arenado swing, trying to protect there. It was like he really wasn't on it. He just kind of flicked that bat out there to try to stay alive. Arenado before tonight's game just 3 for 17 off the Cal Berkeley Bear.
Doesn't see him particularly well, maybe. Although he's battling him here. Third straight 3-2 pitch coming after a couple of foul balls. And he hits it well to left. Upton going over. And for the second straight game, Arenado goes deep in the first. 2-run homer. 29th of the season. And a 3-2 game.
You know what? That's an impressive at-bat. And here's why I say that. This pitch is in. Tyson tried to go back in on him after getting one near the soup coolers and getting his uni dirty. Arenado spins on this one. It's a 3-2 fastball after slider away. 8-pitch at-bat. 3-2 count. Wow.
Both runs unearned coming after Ross's throwing error. And now a 1-1 count to the first baseman, Paulson. Hits this one the other way. Padres were shifted to the right side. Barmes long throw and a good stretch by Norris to get him. Nice job by Clint Barmes. He was the only guy on the left side of the infield. But Tyson Ross gives up a pair here in the first on the Arenado homer. Let's check in with Allie Sturm. Allie?
Thank you. Yes, some exciting news. Corey Spangenberg was activated today with Frank Garces being optioned. He was recalled from AAA. He was put on the DL in late June due to a bone bruise in his left knee. And when I spoke with Murphy about him joining the lineup again, he said he's just going to use Corey as a speedy weapon on the bench for now. He's not worried about his knee at all, but he's more worried about him just seeing the pitches and being able to read them again, getting back to 100%. But then he winked at me and said, but who knows, maybe he'll be back in the lineup tomorrow. We expect good things from Corey Spangenberg.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Spangenberg back from the disabled list. Hasn't played in a game since June 27th. That was the game he was hurt against Arizona. Takeout slide at second base.
Nick Ahmed from the Arizona Diamondbacks. Bone bruises are not fun. And when speed is part of your game, like Corey Spangenberg, you got to make sure that it's good to go.
A little bit of a call there for Flande. 2-2 to Melvin Upton Jr. Got a little something on your shoulder there.
That's a sunflower seed. Maybe he's got a pet parakeet.
2-2 to Melvin Upton, who hits that one on the ground to Jose Reyes. Rockies shortstop throws him out for the first out here in the second inning. Rockies got a couple back in the bottom half of the first as we bring you our cold hard facts brought to you by Clean Crisp Coors Light. Tyson Ross coming to the plate. He doubled in his last game, and the first big league pitcher to come up with a single, a double, a triple, and a homer in the same season since Jose Fernandez of the Marlins a couple of years ago.
That's a cycle to me.
No.
Oh, a season cycle.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
For the pitcher, why not?
Okay.
If you could do that, I think that's saying something.
All right.
Hey, I'm on the positive tree. I'm thinking positively. I'm on the highest branch, looking out all over.
Don't fall. Tyson, a 200 average on the year with those extra base hits, 3 RBIs. Squibs that one foul. On Wednesday afternoon, the last game the Padres played, James Shields hit 8th. Just the second time this season that the Padres have hit the pitcher in the number 8 hole. Both times with Shields. 1-2, and that's a little tricky one to third. Arenado can't make the bare hand play. That'll be an infield single for Tyson Ross.
I'll believe it. Sometimes when you have a sinker ball pitcher, the guy who'll throw changeups works consistently down in the zone. That's what will happen. You beat it off a home plate. You got the third baseman playing back. That's a tough play for any third baseman, even Nolan Arenado.
5th hit already for the Padres, who have a 3-2 lead in the top of the second. Back to the top of the order for Yangervis Solarte, who is really taking advantage of the extra playing time since that Spangenberg injury. LeMahieu to short for 1. Reyes can't flip the double play. They'll get the out at second base. Lost the ball on the exchange. So a fielder's choice as Tyson Ross heads back to the dugout, replaced on the bases by Solarte. Well, LeMahieu had a long way to go. Did a nice job getting to that one and kind of doing the jump throw back to second base.
And Tyson Ross can go back to the dugout, take a little bit of a blow before next inning. Hey, went in hard to second base. I like the slide. Got a big bear coming in at you.
Golden bear. A Berkeley bear. Derek Norris swinging a good bat as well. He has now hit second in the batting order more than anybody else on the Padre team. Tonight, the 37th time. Day off for Yonder Alonso. He's got good numbers against the Rockies this year. Certainly available to play defense later in the game. Maybe pinch hit, left-handed bat.
Big hit late. That's the way I look at it.
Norris takes a strike, 1-1 from Blonde.
So change-up slider to Norris here, second time around for the Padre first baseman.
Derek singled with 1 out in the first and came in to score on the Kemp homer. That gave the Padres a 2-0 lead, and then after a Justin Upton single and a Jed Jerko double, it was 3-0. Strike 2.
Remember first at bat, he pounded him in with fastballs. He went right back with a fastball there.
Eventually, though, got beat the other way.
Yes, he did. I'm guessing changeup here. Well, he shook off the fastball in and went with the changeup.
Thinking the way you were thinking, and Norris swings through it. That's strike 3, and the first strikeout of the night for Flande. Padres go somewhat quietly in the second.
Brought to you by Geico. May 17th of 1993, the first ever game between these two teams. Andy Benes threw a shutout. 111 pitches, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts as the Padres won the game 4-0.
The A-Train, Andy Benes.
Went the distance as Tyson Ross delivers strike 1 to DJ LeMahieu. That game, of course, did not take place here at Coors Field, but rather at Mile High Stadium. You would join the 1993 Rockies later that season as LeMahieu goes to deep right center field. It's up against the wall. Melvin Upton gets it back in, but a leadoff 2-bagger for the second baseman.
Well, folks, if you're watching at home, hunker down. This could be one of those games. DJ LeMahieu going the opposite way, and like any hitter, you just try to square it up. Don't try to pull the ball. There's many hits out there in the opposite field, just like that one for DJ LeMahieu.
LeMahieu, the leading hitter on the Rocky team, now hitting .321 on the season, and puts himself in scoring position for the former Padre Nick Hundley. You had a good time saying hi to Nick before this game?
Had a great visit with the former Padre. Big fan of Nick Hundley. Doing some good things here in Colorado, especially helping the youngsters of the pitching staff.
Boy, they're raving about him. Raving.
Love him.
Hundley takes a fastball outside.
Some pitchers have been quoted saying, "I never shake off Nick Hundley. Wherever he puts down, I throw." And there you see the home and road split for the Colorado Rocky backstop.
353 here at home. Hundley batting 7th for Walt Weiss here tonight as Ross hits the outside corner, 1-1. So we're talking about, 1993, that first year for the Rockies, playing at Mile High, some huge crowds.
Electric.
Yeah.
It was fun at Mile High. I mean, 80,000 people yelling, "Let's go Rockies." Incredible.
See that last pitch from Ross right on the edge. 1-1 to Hundley, and he hits it up the middle. Shortstop Barmes throws Norris off the bag, but able to recover and make the tag as LeMahieu goes to third. 1 away. A couple of tricky moments for Derek Norris early on in this game.
The footwork, knowing when to come off the bag and when to stay on the bag. And this one here, it's towards the home plate side. Get off the bag and make the tag on Nick Hundley. Good recognition, good instinct by Derek Norris. Why am I laughing? I mean, it's just the guy just always continues to impress. I guess what I'm trying to say. I mean, you look at that gruffy guy down there, that gamer with the first baseman's glove, other than the catcher's gear on.
Brandon Barnes had good success against Tyson Ross last month at Petco. Had a 3-hit game against him, including an RBI triple, so he gets the start here tonight.
Big thing I look at, remember that inning in the first when Tyson had the error?
Last inning, yeah.
He had to throw 11 pitches after that to get out of the inning. Hey, 11 pitches, it's
almost an inning's worth in some cases.
Yeah.
Or it could be an inning's worth.
Yeah.
Sure. The error was his own. Carlos Gonzalez hit a comebacker. He sort of knocked it down, rushed it, pulled Norris off the bag, and threw the ball away. Gonzalez ended up at second base, and the next batter, Arenado, had an 8-pitch at bat that ended in a 2-run homer. Barnes fouls that one back, 1-2. Feels sometimes almost like a war of attrition for the starting pitchers in this place. Just get through it best you can.
Hey, the big inning, it's going to happen. It's the huge inning you got to stay away from. Hey, if you give up 3 or 4 in an inning, no big deal. You give up like 6 or 8, well, first of all, why are you still out there? And secondly, it hurts the ERA.
Infield most of the way in for the Padres, and the 1-2 is swung on and missed. First strikeout of the night for Tyson, and a big second out with the pitcher Flande coming up.
Here's the slider that we know and love out of the hand of Tyson Ross. Get up on top, turn the door handle, and swing and miss. Now the pitcher coming up, huge.
Barnes now 0 for his last 19. 2 away, runner on third, and the pitcher Flande, who's 1 for 10 this season, tries to stab at one, misses. A little pressure on the defense.
LeMahieu a leadoff double, went to third on a ground out by Hundley. The strikeout to Barnes, and Ross trying to pitch out of it against the opposing pitcher. 1-1.
Well, first time through the lineup for Tyson, 3 for 9 in the first pitch strike category.
Ball and a strike to the Rocky pitcher. Big swing, big miss, 1-2. Ross trying to finish Flande, and he lays off the slider, 2-2. Tyson throws the slider a lot. Comes up with a lot of strikeouts on the pitch. Flande doing a good job recognizing and laying off. 2-2. Got him. Tyson Ross with a couple of strikeouts to get the final 2 here in the second. The leadoff double does not come to pass. Go as we begin the third. You look at the water feature here at Colorado. Speaking of water, you remember July 19th at Petco Park? A rain out, man, with these two teams postponed.
Yeah, the Doppler proves it. Hey, put a shirt on, dude. Seriously. Oh, here we go. All right.
A rare occasion in San Diego. You go slip and slide in the first row. Cashner started. He struck out 8 in 4 2/3, but they were unable to play this one. Walt Weiss and Pat Murphy and umpire crew chief Joe West working things out. So that one stricken from the record, so to speak. They'll play the game on September 10th at Petco, originally an off day for both squads. Matt Kemp takes in the dirt from Flande. So now a 4-game series in September. So if you got your pocket schedule or you got your schedule hanging on the fridge,
right,
make sure you fill it in. September 10th, no longer an off day, but rather a game between the Padres and the Rockies.
All right, so, you know, it worked out kind of nicely because they didn't have to schedule a doubleheader.
Yeah, that part was good, I guess. Matt Kemp, first time up, straight away center field, and that's kind of been the thing for Matt Kemp this year. 9 of his 13 home runs have been to center, which means left center, straightaway center, or right center.
Using the big part of the field and taking that ball that's away or middle away and then just driving it right back where it came from. Not trying to pull the ball, staying on it, good swing, right back towards the pitcher.
Had some good swings in that rainout game, too. A couple of doubles in his 2 at-bats, and those disappeared. They don't count.
Look at that.
2 for 2 up the middle. Boy, I hope somebody had him and picked the stick today.
That means that he's not trying to pull the baseball.
Good approach. Kemp, great numbers against Colorado now. 32 home runs against the Rockies.
among active players, he's way out in front of Beltre and Adrian. Justin Upton on this list as well. Anytime you're above Albert Pujols in a home run list, you got to feel pretty good about yourself.
Yeah, Matt Kemp in the division against these Rockies with the Dodgers and the Padres.
No, that's what's crazy about Pujols being on the list.
Exactly.
21 home runs, playing them twice a year. Upton, like Kemp and Jerko in the first inning, extended the hitting streak to 7 games. And he takes outside, ball 1. Upton singled to center, went to second on a wild pitch and scored on the Jerko double. Sorry, he singled to right center. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Saw Flande last year make his major league debut after what, 9+ seasons in the minor leagues.
A lot of starts in the minor leagues, finally getting the chance. Braves, Phillies.
Upton fouls that one off to the right side. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, so far going soft and wrinkles to Justin Upton. He's yet to throw him a fastball, they say AB.
Upton a nice homestand against the Reds. He was on base 6 times in that series, 7 times against Philadelphia.
Had the right idea on that one because Flande trying to go away with the heater.
Kemp at first base after the leadoff single. Upton was ahead 2-0 and now a 2-2. Change up, missing away, full count to the Padre left fielder.
Remember, he threw the 3-2 change to Derek Norris last inning.
Struck him out to end the second.
Fastball in.
And misses, ball 4. So the first 2 men reach here in the third. And the Padres in good position to pad the lead.
He knows he has power. So what is he doing? He's taking the sting out of his bat. Change up, slider, down and in. Good patient at bat. He had 1 pitch to hack at. 2 pitches. And then Flande's thinking, you know what? I'm not even going to try to throw one down the middle because I don't want the Padres to get 2 runs on 1 swing. Passing the baton on to Jed Jerko.
Padres trying to run the relay here against Flande in the 3rd inning. First and second, nobody out. And a big swing and a tip into Hundley's mitt. Kemp singled, Upton walked. Jerko had the RBI double in his first at bat. Nice to see multiple 7-game hitting streaks all in the same lineup.
Yep.
That's a nice solid streak. That's a week's worth of games. Jed reaches there and nothing in 2.
So 92-mile-an-hour fastball, 90-mile-an-hour 2-seamer up and away, it looked like. I like how Flande works quickly.
You can see Paulson playing behind Upton.
This is that inning where you have to at least get 1 of those runs back.
0-2 to Jerko, and on the ground to the left side, Reyes goes to second for 1. LeMahieu double play. Tough slide at second base by Upton. But LeMahieu able to complete the twin killing. And Kemp ends up at third base now with 2 away.
Well, after being in the hole, Jed Jerko has to protect, so usually with 2 strikes, you really don't get the best type of swing. He tops it, and you're right. Watch this slide. This is good old-fashioned baseball. Spikes are down, going in hard.
Yeah, LeMahieu did a pretty good job of getting out of the way,
he did,
too.
yeah.
And he kind of hopped
all
off
in
to
the
side.
footwork.
Strike 1 to Clint Barmas. Former Rocky has hit 3 home runs this season, 2 of them against Colorado, including a big one at Petco. That last homestand, or that last time they played at home. So you go for Barmas. 3 homers this year. Make them count, though. First one here in his return to Coors as a Padre. The second one against Clayton Kershaw. And then the third one proved to be the game winner in a game against the Rockies at Petco.
Can you say clutch?
Clutch. Londe ahead of him, 0-2. Here are the two. This was the last one at Petco off Tommy Kahnle. 2-run shot gave the Padres a late lead that they would hold on to. It's got to be a good feeling against any team. Hits this one well to left, and Barnes will go over and make the catch. Padres had first and second, nobody out, but they cannot score in the third. Still 3-2 San Diego. Casino. Play, win together in the heart of San Diego. By your San Diego Lexus dealer. And by Kona Brewing Company. One life, right? Don't blow it. Mahalo. All kinds of things to do in Denver, weather permitting. They've had their trouble with rain this summer, and some of the wet stuff kind of in the surrounding areas, in the mountains, but okay here in Lodo, lower downtown.
It's kind of like a box of chocolates here in Colorado. You never know what you're going to get as far as weather is concerned.
It could be 95 degrees one day and 50 the next. Supposed to be pretty warm all weekend. As you see Charlie Blackmon stand in, and his numbers against the Padres this year. Walked and stole a base his first time up, but then he got a little bit greedy on the bases. Took a too big secondary lead. And on a ball that scooted away from Austin Hedges, got stuck in a pickle. Pops this one up to shallow left. Justin Upton coming on. One away. Tyson Ross, 26 pitches in the first inning, but just 14 in the second, and did a good job working around that leadoff double to LeMahieu.
First inning runs has been a deal for Tyson Ross, right?
3 starts in a row now.
And finding that groove after that first inning has been key for Tyson Ross. Hopefully that's the case continuing on here in Colorado.
Yeah, that's been the case. You talk about the first inning runs in each of the last 3, but overall good starts. Settled in afterwards, and obviously this place a little bit more difficult than others to settle in, but see how he does. And quickly ahead of Reyes, 0-2.
You know, another issue here in Colorado, when we talk about it all the time, is getting a good grip on the baseball because it's very dry here. And therefore, if it's very dry, the ball has a tendency to be a little slick, maybe slippery. You can't really get on top of the baseball for your breaking ball. You get a good feel for your fastball.
Goes back again to why you'd love to see those flamethrowers and those two-seam guys developed. Reyes chops at that high fastball from Ross. Still 1-2. Jose Reyes said this week he really wants to win. He's at that point in his career. Had a couple of shots with the Mets. They had, those great late season collapses. 32 years old, and he looks at the Toronto Blue Jays have won 11 in a row. That one into left field. So Reyes aboard. And the Blue Jays leading the Yankees again tonight.
It's incredible, isn't it, what the Blue Jays have been doing?
8th inning at Rogers Center and a 3-0 Toronto lead. Now a half game up on the Yanks in the AL East.
Reyes just kind of slapping the baseball and beating the shift as Clint Barmes goes to his right but can't come up with it. Even if he gloves that one, there's no way they're going to get Reyes. But it doesn't surprise me that Clint Barmes diving for that baseball. He's going to get dirty for you.
1 out. Speedy runner at first base. Certainly a guy to keep an eye on. 18 stolen bases this year as Cargo stands in. Reyes certainly not the stolen base threat he was in his early healthy Mets years, but he can do it. He'd be an interesting guy to look back on when all is said and done. There was a time when he was one of the most dynamic players in baseball.
Absolutely.
Pitch out, nothing happening. Signed as a free agent with the Marlins. Went to Toronto in that big trade. And now to the Rockies in another big trade. Reyes goes, and the pitch is hit on the ground to the right side. No chance for 2. Turco takes the shore out for the 2nd out. So 2 outs, Reyes on second base, and another opportunity for Tyson Ross to deal with Nolan Arenado. Been a long time since Tyson Ross allowed 2 homers in a game. 40 starts since he did it, and so few home runs allowed this season.
He's only given up 4 runs twice this year.
Wow.
That's incredible. This is his 25th start.
Reyes goes for third, got a huge jump, and he's in with the stolen base.
I think Tyson Ross kind of one-looked him there. Meaning, get the sign, get set, you look one time, and runners can pick up on that, and they just time it. Hey, it's a do-or-die situation because if you're banking on that and you go, you have to commit. If the guy looks a second time, he'll step off and try to get you at third.
In the dirt, and that's one of your Rizbicks by Austin Hedges. Run saved by catcher. Tyson now over 50 pitches here in the bottom of the 3rd. Big swing and a miss. Ross slider got him last time up for Nolan Arenado. Big bomb, 29th of the year.
Yeah, pitches prior to that one, he was trying to go down and away with a slider. He swung and missed, and that one just caught too much of the plate on the inside part of the plate. And he turned on it for the home run
Now,
after getting one up near the chin during that at-bat.
Now tied with Bryce Harper for the National League lead in home runs. Harper and the Nationals will be at San Francisco later tonight.
Nationals are starting to see that gap between the Mets and the second place Nats. 4.5 games.
How about the Rockies on this last trip? They take 2 out of 3 in Washington while the Mets were winning, and then they go get swept 4 straight in New York. This Colorado team kind of swung the National League East in the last week, and later this homestand, once the Padres leave, it'll be the Nats and the Mets who come here. Ross worked carefully to Arenado, 2-out walk, and runners on the corners with 2 away for Ben Paulson. Good job with 2 outs and runners in scoring position this year. Paulson singled in each of the first 2 games at Petco last month, and he takes strike 1. Rockies 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Reyes and Arenado, the base runners. And a fastball high, 1-1. Seen a couple up around 94 from Tyson Ross this inning.
Back-to-back 94s here against Blackman. Paulson, check that, Paulson.
What's that beard?
The beard guy.
Yeah. Reyes kind of dancing around over at third base, trying to distract Ross. And now 1-2.
Pitching him up, too. You know, for some hitters, it's tough to get on top of that fastball, especially at 94. A lot of hitter swings dictate where you pitch them up. They work underneath it. You get a fly ball. High fly ball on the infield, possibly.
As a right-handed pitcher, were you ever bothered by a guy doing this kind of thing?
No, because I always went from the stretch. I forced myself to go from the stretch, because if I went from the windup, I'd balk every time. I'm serious. Because it's just easy. You just step off with your right foot,
right.
Contact foot on the rubber. If you're for the life of me, when I'm going both feet on the rubber, I like have to think, okay, I got to step off with my right foot. I can't do it with my left foot because that starts my delivery, and I balk.
You see a lot of guys do it, and I don't know that I've ever seen a balk because the pitcher was distracted by the guy dancing at third base. He's not at this level. I'm sure it happens. Arenado goes, the pitch misses, and no throw from Hedges as Nolan Arenado steals a base for the first time this season. That takes away the force at second base and puts another man in scoring position. Full count coming to Paulson.
This is where Austin Hedges really has to get nasty. That breaking ball in the dirt, possibly, to smother it.
High fastball and another walk. Bases will be loaded for the Rockies with 2 outs here in the third. DJ LeMahieu coming up. And a visit from pitching coach Darren Balsley.
Well, sometimes, like any pitcher, Tyson Ross doesn't finish it off, doesn't get extended. I'm not so sure this is a mechanical issue here because with the bases loaded. And as a pitching coach, I don't think he wants to throw too much into the head of Tyson Ross. I think maybe this is a way to go about DJ LeMahieu. Remember, he doubled the right center field last time up.
His 131st hit of the season. Leads the Rockies. He led off the second inning with a double, but Ross worked around it. Got Hundley to ground to short and then struck out Barnes and Flande. Here, a 2-out bases loaded situation. Reyes, Arenado, and Paulson. Up and in, 1 ball and no strikes.
A lot of pitches up to Paulson. First one to DJ LeMahieu up. Well out of the strike zone. Gave him adjustments, right?
Yeah. Inside to LeMahieu, 2-0. Dangerous situation with 2 outs and the bases loaded. 2-0 to LeMahieu is ball 3. Slider misses away and nowhere to put him. Nick Hundley waits on deck.
I don't think I've ever seen a center fielder play over as far as Melvin Upton Jr. is right there.
LeMahieu takes strike 1. And he has swung all the way to right center field. Yeah.
And remember, that's where he hit that double.
So you look at his balls put in play by location, and almost nothing to left.
And that's why you see, well, the key here is Tyson Ross got to hit his spots. All starts with the pitch being thrown.
Pops him up. Shallow right. Kemp coming on. And Ross pitches out of the jam here in the third. Still 3-2 Padres after 3. Mike Clay, thanks a lot. How about that? Yankees taking a late lead in Toronto now, 4-3. Good stuff, and certainly two teams to keep an eye on here down the stretch. Take a look at our National University standings, the American League East as of right now. The Jays a half game up, but the Yanks up 4-3 in the bottom of the 8th.
I still like the Jays down the stretch.
Cool team. Austin Hedges fouls that one back, 1-2.
And let's not forget about Josh Donaldson having an MVP year.
So I've heard. Take a look at Troy Tulowitzki going from Colorado to Toronto. And Jose Reyes with 3 key minor leaguers coming back for the Rocks.
Good arms coming over to the Rockies.
Another hard hit ball foul from Hedges.
Talked to some of the Rocky people before the game regarding those 3 pitchers. They say they're paying dividends right now in the minor leagues. Maybe a couple years away, all in A ball. But still, it's all about the pitching here in Colorado.
That's it. If they can figure out how to develop effective Coors pitching, they'll have a good thing going. But once again this year, at the bottom of baseball and just about every pitching category.
You know what? Technology has just, gone leaps and bounds over the last 10, 15 years, right?
Yeah, of course.
Here's my case here in Colorado. And after this pitch, I'll explain what I'm talking about.
Can't wait. Neither can Walt Weiss. Just waiting for you.
They need to come up with a baseball specifically made just for Coors Field to where they could have a regular 335 down the line, a 405 in center, and then likewise in the gaps or whatever. Come up with a baseball that's going to play to the atmosphere here in Colorado. A dead baseball, a dead ball.
Strike 3 called to Austin Hedges. One away here in the 4th. Second strikeout for Flande. So the humidor doesn't do enough for you, huh?
You know, the humidor, no, the numbers don't prove it.
Yeah. It's fun to talk about. Allie was down there. It's like a big refrigerator.
I don't know.
It is big. No, hey, look. I'm not a scientist.
You're not?
No.
Could have fooled me.
But if there's a way to do that, sign me up. Because it does play differently than any other place in baseball.
There's got to be some smart guy out there that went to MIT that's a big baseball fan that knows about elevation and, I don't know.
Physics.
Yeah.
Hard hit, base hit to left for Melvin Upton.
And one thing's for sure, it's not me.
Well, sure, no. We wouldn't ask you.
Yeah, hard hit ground ball. We always talk about hard hit home runs. That's getting on top of that baseball down. Serious topspin. No chance to the 5.5 hole. Good swing by Melvin Upton Jr.
Altitude's got nothing to do with that one. Just a solid base hit to left. And Tyson Ross, who's 1 for 1 with an infield single, is coming up in what could be a bunt situation.
Don't they make these restricted flight softballs?
Sure. Same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I like the idea. Why not?
Same specifications, same diameter, same weight.
Sure.
Different innards.
Tyson squares to bunt and fouls it back.
It all boils down to making good quality pitches.
How about that? 7 for his last 20.
Stay hot.
Trying to help himself out here with a sacrifice.
Beautiful.
Good bunt. Flande throws him out 1-4 as Melvin Upton goes to second base, 2 away. That won't hurt that recent batting average.
Hey, a base hit is nice, but helping your teammate out, getting him over to second base, because we know anything can happen with 2 outs, especially when you flip that lineup around with Solarte coming up.
Gavion Hervés has been swinging a good bat all season in these situations. 2 outs, runners in scoring position, among the leaders in the National League. Really emerged in the last couple of months and been fun to watch swing the bat.
Marcotte making a great one-handed grab. Keeping it in front of him.
Knock it down.
Yep.
Come back next inning, he's going to be wearing a chest protector. Solarte dribbles that one foul. All right, Kotz, what do you got? Let's take a look. Got a nice big hop. Nice job.
Yeah, he's got the lineup in one hand, and he's got a ball coming the other. It's a catch.
Never hit the ground. 0-2 to Solarte with Melvin Upton at second, and he strikes out. 2 Ks this inning for Flande. He works around the 1-out single. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 3-2.
game that she came to. We met in spring training that year, and so just started dating and everything that way. She brought her parents, and yeah, that was a pretty exciting day for me personally, and then to hear her say that she didn't realize that I was that good. I guess you could take that in a few different ways, but no, that was a highlight of my career that I'll never forget, and probably be the biggest highlight of my career up to this point.
It was the 2005 season. Clint Barmes with the walk-off home run against the one and only Trevor Hoffman. As he said, it was the highlight of his career here in CO, and he was talking about his wife's summer. He said that was the first time her parents had come to a game and watched him, and her mom leaned over to Summer and said, "We had no idea Clint was that good."
Allie, thanks a lot as Nick Hundley goes deep to right and off the big wall. It gets away from Kemp, and now Hundley's thinking about three. The ball rolls all the way back towards the infield, and Hundley makes it to third base. Leadoff triple here in the fourth.
One of the most important things about playing at Coors Field is backing up your corner outfielders, and vice versa, the corner outfielders backing up your center fielder, because on a place like this and on a play like this, the high scoreboard, Matt Kemp runs out of room. All right, now the bounce, it's by him, now it's off to the races. That's where your center fielder has to come over as soon as that ball is hit and back up your corner outfielder.
Four triples for Hundley, and the Rockies have the tying run 90 feet away here in the fourth inning as Brandon Barnes takes ball one. Padres have seen the Rockies get 4 hits tonight. 3 of them have gone for extra bases. 2-run homer for Arenado, leadoff double for LeMahieu in the second, and now a leadoff triple for Hundley here in the fourth. Where's the restricted flight ball when you need it? Would have been a routine fly to right. Barnes is in a funk. Seen Kyle Parker some in left field the last few days for the Rockies. Former Clemson quarterback.
Hey, if you're going to run or third, leadoff triple, I mean, this is the part of the lineup that you want to face for 2 outs, hopefully 8, 9, then the top of the lineup, Blackman. But he's got some work to do. We've seen Tyson Ross strand runners out there. Sure. We've seen Andrew Cashman do it.
Rockies left the bases loaded last inning.
You know, I just thought of another stat.
Okay.
SS, strand stuff. Leadoff triple. The percentage of leaving them out there.
Doesn't happen very often.
Stranded.
Infield comes in, trying to cut him down at the plate. And the 2-2 hits him while he's still in the box. That's a foul ball.
I mean, they're thinking of stats for everything else.
See a lot of strikeouts in those situations, yeah?
He's got strikeout stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
I hear you.
All right. Pitcher next, and a 2-strike count on the number 8 hitter, Barnes. Barnes last year, one of the most valuable pinch hitters in baseball. Popped it up back behind the plate. Still 2-2. A lot of pitches for Tyson so far tonight. The next will be his 75th. A lot of deep counts, a lot of foul balls.
We got a battle going on here.
All 5 runs in this game, 3 for the Padres, 2 for the Rockies coming back in the first inning. Since then, plenty of base runners, but both pitchers settling in and keeping the other team off the board.
There's the slider. And another RSBC. 6 3-ball counts for Tyson tonight. He had 4 in the last 2 innings, but we know that he has got comeback stuff and strand stuff. And if you walk him here, you've got to force at second base. Got to throw him another breaking ball here, I would think.
The slider's the big pitch for Tyson, and he and Austin Hedges going to have a chat about it. Leadoff triple for Hundley, a full count to Barnes with the pitcher on deck. Infield in for the Padres in a 1-run game in the bottom of the 4th. Three-two, and a fly ball to right. That'll get the run in. Kemp goes back, makes the catch. Hundley tags, and a sac fly for Brandon Barnes. And a 3-3 game. Good battle there, and he got the result.
That was a good battle. And Barnes, I think it's a pretty good at-bat. He got a fastball, it's right down the middle, but he didn't try to come out of his shoes. Just try to hit it hard, put it in play. He got the deep fly ball for the sac fly.
Pitcher Flande now with nobody on, pops a bunt back to the screen. See him twice now, at least threatened to try and bunt for a hit. That's what you said back earlier in this game. There's going to be big innings at this place. It's just the nature of it. Don't want to have huge innings as a pitcher.
It can happen so quickly. Make your head spin.
Many heads have spun. Slider spun into the dirt. 1-2. Three kind of been the magic number when Tyson Ross is starting for the Padres. When they've scored more than 3 runs in his starts, he's won every time. They've won every time, all 6. But when they've scored 3 or fewer runs with Tyson on the mound, Padres are 2-9. Takes strike 3 or misses with the bunt. Either way, Flande didn't look particularly comfortable. 3rd strikeout for Ross, 2 of them against the opposing pitcher. And that'll get the leadoff man Blackman up with 2 outs here in the 4th.
The Rocky Mountains.
Blackman takes a fastball, strike 1, as Tyson gets it up to 95. Pop to left his last time up, and he takes another high fastball. 1-1. Blackman now 0 for his last 16. After the walk in the first inning, he stole second base, his 31st of the year. Blackman the first Rocky with at least 30 steals since 2008, when Willie Taveras had 68. As you see, Blue Jays up against the Yankees in the bottom of the 9th. First place on the line in the American League East. That one's hit well to center field. 2-out single for Charlie Blackman. And with 2 outs and 1 run already in for the Rockies, they keep it going here in the 4th.
There's a big at-bat right here for the Rockies and Reyes with Carlos Gonzalez waiting on deck. With situations like this, I think Reyes might get a pitch or 2 to hit.
Nice tight slider right on the inside corner. 0-1.
Perfect.
Reyes singled his last time up, stole a base. Is also lined to center. Good pickoff move there. Keeping track of Blackman.
Yeah, for a big guy, Tyson's quick. over to first base. We talked about that in one of our instructionals the other day before the game at home.
Sure.
James Shields and his great pickoff move and working on the footwork and throwing over to first.
Comes home and Reyes' bat shatters. Grounder to second, and Jerko finishes off Jose Reyes for the third out here in the fourth. The Rockies tie it up on the Barnes sac fly, 3-3 after 4.
And tweet your strongest fan photo. Have some fun with this, Friar Faithful. Use the hashtag SDDataStrongFan. You just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast. It's brought to you by our good friends at T-Mobile.
Always fun. Got to use the hashtag SDDataStrongFan. Some Friar Faithful in attendance here in Denver. Hey, nice easy flight from San Diego.
Kind of rough, though.
Got to go over the mountain air. Yeah. Can be. It's not bad. 2 hours, a little more.
Please fasten your seatbelts.
It's important. Even when the sign is not on, if you're in your seat,
you should have it fastened.
Shouldn't just be walking around. Relax. Tie game, top of the fifth. Flande working to Derek Norris. Playing first base tonight, and he hits that one well to left field. Barnes is going back at the wall. It is gone. A home run for Derek Norris. And the Padres are back on top, 4-3.
Rock the boat. Don't rock the boat, baby. Rock the boat. Don't tip the boat over. Rock on with your bad self, Derek Norris.
He does just that. 13th of the year. Leadoff shot here in the fifth.
0-1 count. Wanted it down and away. The lefty Flande coming into Derek Norris. And here is the effort by Barnes going back. Just out of his reach for the home run.
Just kept traveling and traveling and traveling. That ball wasn't wearing its seatbelt. Over the fence. Matt Kemp, who homered in his first at-bat, grounds to Reyes at short. One away. As you take another look at Brandon Barnes out in left field.
Okay, you know what? You're going to think I'm crazy.
Oh.
But you know what? Outfielders, you got to get back farther than that and climb the wall more than that.
So you want to see him.
This is a very climbable wall here in Denver. Left field all the way to right center field.
So you saw what Russell Martin tried to do the other night up on that dugout railing. You want to see him standing on top of the wall?
Why not?
Not the easiest thing to do.
These guys are world-class athletes.
No, I know, but it's still an 8-foot wall or whatever
well,
it is.
Well, a high-fly ball like that, you can bust your tail back to the wall a little bit quicker and start climbing the wall.
You're asking for a lot. Big hop over to Arenado. And Upton retired for the second out here in the fifth. I get what you're saying, and on paper, it's great. I saw a highlight the other day from like a wiffle ball game. Because, you know, wiffle ball is a real serious deal.
Sure.
And the left fielder, he jumped up and kind of batted the ball before it went over the fence, and the shortstop came out and caught it.
That's backing up your players.
That's it. That's what you like.
I don't know. I just think it's part of the game that can be
revolutionized.
done a little bit better.
Long man, Odrisamer Despaigne up. Tyson Ross pitch count up there through 4 innings.
Tyson Ross going over the scouting report. He's got Gonzalez, Arenado, and Paulson due up next.
3, 4, and 5. Heart of the order. Meat of the lineup. Nothing in 1 to Jerko with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Derek Norris leadoff homer this inning, giving the Padres the lead after the Rocks tied it up in the bottom of the 4th. Keeping track of the Yankees and the Blue Jays, right? A good game up in Toronto. Bottom of the 9th. Yanks still on top 4-3. But the Blue Jays have runners on 2nd and 3rd with 1 out.
Ooh. Oui.
That's Montreal.
They don't speak French in Toronto?
Not a lot. More in Ottawa, the capital, and Quebec.
Ottawa.
It's not.
That's how they say it.
Ottawa?
Ottawa.
Really?
Yeah.
You sure? Somebody find Larry Walker and ask him.
Herman up in the bullpen for the Rockies, and we mentioned Despaigne up for San Diego.
2-2 to Jerko. And a little roller, long run for LeMahieu with the bare hand. He gets him. DJ LeMahieu, one of the best defensive second basemen in baseball, with a nice play there to get Jerko. 3 groundouts for Johan Flande, but not before Derek Norris left the yard. 13th home run of the season put the Padres back on top. 4-3 in the middle of the 5th. Derek Norris putting the Padres on top 4-3 in the top of the 5th inning, and now Tyson Ross back out to pitch in the bottom half against the heart of the Colorado order, Gonzalez, Arenado, and Paulson. Big swing and a miss there from Cargo, who's 0 for 2 tonight. Padres took a 3-0 lead after half an inning. Rockies got 2 back in the bottom of the 1st. They tied it in the 4th, and San Diego went back on top in the 5th. As we take a look at our Arco top tier profile, Carlos Gonzalez since July 10th, as dangerous a hitter as there is in baseball.
He's 0 for 2 tonight.
And 0 for his last 14.
and yet still leading in all those categories. That's how ahead of everything he's been.
We talked about it in our pregame show and in our open about Carlos Gonzalez, him swinging the hot bat. And we asked our viewers to keep an eye on how Tyson Ross and the pitching staff is going to continue to throw to Carlos Gonzalez. The board on an error in the first inning, and he grounded 4-3 in the third.
The error was a ground ball hit back to Ross. So he's hit it on the ground twice, and the 1-2 is a fastball way high.
Up and down, up and down. In on the fists. And up.
When healthy, when in the lineup, Gonzalez, one of the best. Batting crown back in 2010. Got 3 Gold Gloves. Been to the All-Star game a couple of times. Chases that one. And now 0 for 3 tonight. Tyson with the high heat, one away.
Going with the 92-mile-an-hour fastball up, tying him up. And a big strikeout, first out of the inning here in the 5th for Tyson Ross. And now it's time for the Cholula flamethrower. Tyson Ross at 96. Woo.
Hot sauce.
Hot sauce.
Hot sauce. You need something to cool your tongue off after 96.
Maybe it's dairy product.
That's what they say to do, right? Milk. 1 out for Arenado. One and one.
Hey, Tyson picking up the tempo, the leg kick. He likes to get up on top of that rubber also and work quickly.
See the pitch count at 95 for Ross. 99 in his last start and 109 in the start before that. Most pitches he's thrown in a game this year is 115. He's done that twice. 2-2. Nasty.
Hey, when you throw a slider like that and you bring a hitter like Nolan Arenado down to his knee, got him out in front. Good tilt, good depth.
Reaches down for that one and fouls it into the second deck behind first base. Got him. 2 straight strikeouts for Tyson Ross here in the 5th.
Join the Padres for Pedal at the Park, an inaugural radio telethon and cycling event on September 12th, benefiting Pedal the Cause and local cancer research centers. Participate in a 1-hour cycling class on the field featuring a DJ, Padres game, post party, and much, much more. To register, visit padres.com/pedal.
That one to Solarte in the shift. He makes the play, and Tyson Ross buzzsaws his way through the middle of the Rockies order. Mike Clay, you better believe it, as Clint Barmes stands in and takes ball 1 from Flande. The end of that Yankee Blue Jay game. 2 on, 2 out for Troy Tulowitzki. And he and Andrew Miller had a 12-pitch battle.
Great baseball.
Before Miller struck him out.
Struck him out on a slider down and in. And there it is, the final from Rogers Center.
Also in the American League East, news that goes well beyond baseball. The Red Sox today just got some terribly sad news. Their manager, John Farrell, diagnosed with stage 1 lymphoma. Boston with a 14-1 lead on Seattle as Clint Barmes goes to deep left. Barnes is at the wall and makes the catch.
Got under it a little bit too much.
Tough year for the Red Sox, but again, the news, I know with your friend John Farrell, goes
just
well beyond that.
Yeah, just terrible news. Just broke my heart today. John and I were teammates in the minor leagues for a little bit, and just, good guy, great guy, and he says he's going to be fine. He's got great doctors in Boston. He's in good hands, and things are going to be taken care of. Very positive guy. If anyone could work through it, it's John Farrell. We wish him the best.
Absolutely. And you were just reading that promo for the Big Pedal to Cause telethon coming up in a few weeks, and it's just another reminder of how cancer seems to touch seemingly everyone.
It's a huge ripple effect.
Yeah.
I mean, it's huge. And if you can get involved some way, shape, or form, we thank you.
Plenty of ways to do it. Check out the website for sure. And 0-2 to Austin Hedges. Swing and a miss. 4th strikeout for Flande, and 2 away here in the top of the 6th. I'm not quite sure how to describe the night for Flande or the night for Tyson Ross. They both had tough moments. They both battled in a couple of spots. They both thrown a lot of pitches. But, 4-3, it's not like this thing is completely out of control. Melvin Upton takes strike 1.
Hey, this is a pitcher's duel here in Colorado. 4-3, right?
Fair enough. Melvin Upton into center field. Blackman goes back, makes the catch, and a pretty quick 1-2-3 frame here in the 6th. Tyson Ross left on deck, 4-3.
This game, 150 strikeouts, 7th in the National League, and these are ordinary strikeouts. A cutter up and in to Carlos Gonzalez, swung on and missed. Two-seamer down and in to Nolan Arenado, swung on and missed for the strikeout. 5 strikeouts on the night for Tyson Ross. and he has settled in quite nicely. He's got the power slider. He's doing some cutters and some two-seamers as well.
First pitch of the inning to LeMahieu is lined to right field. It gets by Kemp, and DJ LeMahieu is going to have another extra base hit. He's into second base, his second double of the night. He had a leadoff double in the second. Rockies had a leadoff triple in the fourth, and now another leadoff double in the sixth.
Jesse, remember earlier in the game we showed you that hit chart, the percentages of hits for DJ LeMahieu?
Moved everything to center and right.
Absolutely. And there's one down the right field line. Taking the ball where it was pitched. And right out of the gate, Tyson Ross has another runner in scoring position to try to leave him stranded. And with that said, it looks like manager Pat Murphy is out to the mound to talk to him and possibly make a move. Bud Norris has been up and throwing.
5+ for Tyson Ross, and that's going to be it. So Pat Murphy goes to the bullpen. 1-run game in the bottom of the sixth, but the tying run at second for the Rockies. As we take a look at our Fan Diego fans of the game. They are San Diego fans.
They are, and the Padres are here representing. Oh, they love their Padres, making the trip to Colorado.
Not the only blue and white and orange and brown and gold that you'll see around Coors Field. It's a good Friday night right there.
Guys wearing a Mr. Padre t-shirt honoring Tony Gwynn. There's a gentleman with the jersey on and the military hat. Nice.
Pitching change brought to you by El Cajon Ford as Bud Norris comes on for the second time in a Padre uniform.
Trying to preserve that lead for Tyson Ross. Lead off double. Now he's got the bottom of the order. Last time out for Bud was against the Reds. That was back on Tuesday in San Diego. He was nice enough to join us for a pregame interview as you take a look at the line of Tyson Ross, 5+ innings. Hey, this is where relievers take pride, coming out and leaving those runners stranded.
Big spot for Norris, who pitched a 1-2-3 8th inning on Tuesday against the Reds. Got a couple of strikeouts, Schumacher and Votto. And now another big spot for him. 1-run game, potential tying run at second base, and Nick Hundley at the plate. Teammates last year in Baltimore.
That's right. I'm guessing first pitch breaking ball here. Just a guess.
It's a ground ball to shortstop. Well hit, and Barmes has to just look over as LeMahieu goes to third. Hundley retired, one away. 1 pitch, 1 out for Bud Norris.
You know, I thought Clint Barmes was going to go to third.
Me too, for half a second.
He looked, but you know what, though? His momentum's going the other way, and that gives us a great shot. Why? Clint was on the move to first base. He would have to spun all the way around and make a good throw and maybe throw it up the backside of the runner. So what does that do? Then it's first and third, nobody out. Still plenty of baseball left. You get the for sure out.
Yeah. That's the right decision.
I think it's the right move, absolutely.
But
it's not a forced play.
When the ball is hit that hard, you know you got a shot at it.
Now, if it was hit harder to where he didn't have to charge it and he could just spin and throw, maybe a different story.
Sure. He had the thought, but he made the right decision. Barnes tied the game with a sac fly back in the 4th inning. He can do the same here in the 6th. Nice pitch from Norris, 0-2. Yeah, you talked to him on the pregame show. Really nice interview, and I'm not just saying that. And you asked him about, well, you've been a starter most of your career, working out of the bullpen. He goes, hey, at this point, I'm here to help. Whatever happens, happens.
You'd love to have those types of pitchers on your staff.
Infield in, and an 0-2 to Barnes. And in the air, right center, Melvin Upton.
What's going on?
And Kemp let it drop in.
Oh.
Barnes never stopped running, and he goes all the way to third.
That's inexcusable. Melvin Upton Jr., I think, has got to take that. He's the center fielder. He's got to take charge. That's a shame. It's a triple.
It was hit kind of right between them.
He's playing over that way. They're shifting that way. Matt Kemp's got a long way to run. He's towards the line. Melvin's got to take charge and take that one. Oy vey. With the way they were shifted, that's Melvin's ball.
LeMahieu scores, tie game, and a runner on third with just one out. If the play is made, the bases are empty and there are 2 away. Matt McBride pinch hitting for Flande. Pops it up, right side, long run for Derek Norris. He's going to run out of space. 0-2. The parade of extra base hits continue for the Rockies. McBride selected from AAA Albuquerque on Wednesday after Drew Stubbs designated for assignment. Back in the big leagues for the first time since last September. Little pop-up on the left side of the infield. Solarte makes the catch, 2 away.
That's getting in the guy's kitchen right there. I mean, that pitch that Bud Norris just threw, McBride better check the batter's box for his knuckles. He buries this pitch in. Look at how far, look at how close that is down by the hands.
I don't know that I've ever seen an infield pop-up go any lower or not any higher.
Yeah.
It was a pop-up,
exactly.
but it wasn't high at all.
Right.
Nice job by Norris coming out of the pen in a tough spot. 2 outs now, and the leadoff hitter Blackman. At this point, you're tempted to say the Padres should be out of the inning. Ball 1. RBI triple for Brandon Barnes on what looked like a somewhat routine fly ball to right center. Melvin Upton and Kemp had a miscommunication and the ball dropped in.
Yeah, you can see what Bud Norris is trying to do. Fox Tracks brought to you by Southland Technology, keeping the ball down.
Now with 2 outs, the Padre infield able to back up. And the 1-1 is caught by Norris at first base. Oh boy, that's big. Derek Norris goes up the ladder and saves a run and preserves the tie here in the 6th. The catcher playing first. Ball. Matt Kemp, a 2-run shot in the top of the 1st inning to give the Pods a 2-0 lead. They would add a run on a Jerko RBI double in the 1st, but in the bottom half of the inning, Nolan Arenado, a 2-out, 2-run homer after an error by Tyson Ross made it a 3-2 game. But Derek Norris would break a tie a little bit later on in the top of the 5th. Solo shot to left field. That put the Padres up a run. Rockies, though, come back and tie it up in the bottom of the 6th inning, and we are all tied up. The last run for Colorado coming on what looked like it was going to be a sacrifice fly, but instead was a triple. Ken Roberts in to pitch for the 9th time this year for Colorado.
Tell you what, a couple of good pitches by Bud Norris saving the day, and of course Derek Norris making a nice grab on that line drive. So enter left-hander Roberts. 2 left-handers, Christian Friedrich and Ken Roberts for the Colorado Rockies. Only 8 games for the left-hander. Boy, the high splits too.
So Roberts on, and a left-handed pinch hitter for the Padres, Will Venable. And he takes up and in. Look out. So Pat Murphy going with Venable against the left-handed throwing Ken Roberts. And he goes the other way on the ground. Certainly not what the Rockies would expect with 3 infielders pulled over to the right side.
Might see Will Venable going to play defense.
That one beats the shift. So Venable comes off the bench, goes to left field, leadoff single here in a tie game. This is the last inning. You're thinking, all right, that's going to be a sac fly, but Melvin Upton in center and Matt Kemp in right.
Yeah, they're shifting over that way. They're shifting over that way, and that's Melvin's ball because Matt Kemp was playing more over towards the right field line.
Dave Roberts talking it over with him as Solarte pushes a bunt back to the pitcher. Roberts gets one at second, on to first, not in time. Great job by Reyes making it even remotely close.
So Solarte trying to sacrifice Venable to second, cannot. But out goes 1-6.
A nice strike also by Roberts, the left-handed pitcher, spinning and throwing towards second base, and Solarte hustling to keep safe at first base. Now the path to the pitcher's mound continues with Walt Weiss going out. You could use a lot of pitchers in games like this.
So 4 pitches for Roberts, 1 out and 1 base runner. Weiss takes the ball from the lefty who was recalled from the minors today, and a new pitcher coming in with Derek Norris coming up. Big spot in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2 outs, runner on third, and a tie game. Get the measuring tape out.
He timed that perfectly, and thank goodness for the first baseman's glove. Bud Norris says, "You the man." That is a big out. Big play by Derek Norris.
Norris playing first base tonight gets an opportunity to go up against 40-year-old Rafael Betancourt.
Well, we know what this right-hander is all about. Takes his time, pretty much fastball slider. He's been around the block, 42nd game. Consistently puts up good numbers.
Been with the Rockies since 2009. How about in his late 30s, coming back from Tommy John surgery? Back in the big leagues this year after recovering last season and pitching some in the minors. That's commitment.
Yeah, he'll mix in a curveball as well, along with that fastball and changeup. Low 90s. This guy throws strikes. I mean, he can thread the needle.
Norris homered his last time up. Solarte at first, and they'll check on him.
You know, go back to the Solarte at bat. You know, he's been swinging the bat well. One of the hotter hitters for the Padres. I was just wondering if that was on his own or if that was given to him, because with the run around first, you know, he's the guy who can run into one. Kind of surprised to put down that bunt.
Pushed it back towards the pitcher Roberts, who threw to second. Got the lead runner Venable as Norris fouls this one back. Last time up for Derek. Brandon Barnes made the effort in left and couldn't quite get there. 13th of the season for Derek Norris. He started now 6 games at first base. He's homered in 4 of them. And he asks for time. Coincidence or correlation? What say you, Mark Grant?
Correlation.
So you think there's something to it? Less to worry about, less physical wear and tear?
I think so. You don't have to worry about pitch by pitch.
Right.
I mean, you do defensively, but you don't have to worry about the psyche of the hitter or what is going best for your pitcher that day. What certain pitch to call in a certain situation. You know what? I'm not going to say it's somewhat of a breather, because Derek Norris is probably just as intense at first base as he is behind the plate.
Sure. He has one speed. But you're not getting foul tips and backswings and all that. Not strapping on the gear in 90-degree weather. Get to wear a regular hat. One, two, and another foul ball.
See the way Betancourt's trying to work at Derek Norris. Fox Tracks at that time brought to you by Nissan.
Solarte, the runner at first. One out. Here in a tie game in the top of the 7th. Got him. Took something off.
That's that slider from Rafael Betancourt. Good tilt, as I mentioned. Not only a strike thrower with the fastball, but he can also locate. You know what? That actually looks like maybe a curveball. He got on top of that one a little extra.
Two outs for Matt Kemp.
Mark Zebchinski is up in the Padre bullpen, left-hander.
Reyes, a switch hitter. Gonzalez, a left-handed hitter, due up for the Rockies before Nolan Arenado in the 7th. Nice night at the plate for Kemp. 2-run bomb in the first, single in the 3rd. Tips that one. Get a look at Zep.
Oh, you guys are that tight? You can call him Zep.
Galley wickets. Over there. Nothing in 1. And Kemp goes down, chasing.
Yep, another breaking ball. Look at the Fox Tracks, brought to you by Nissan. Down and away, down and away. Hey, this is a guy who's been around the block. Betancourt, he's closed before, middleman, 8th inning guy. He's done it all.
Made his major league debut back in 2003 with Cleveland. Signed as a 16-year-old with the Red Sox in 1993. Trying to finish off Kemp. The 0-2. And Matt fouls it back. Another foul ball.
Here comes the curveball. Nick Huntley putting down the deuce.
Lays off, takes the pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kemp, who tonight collected his 35th multi-hit game of the season. The 1-2 inside. And after Betancourt was ahead of him, 0-2. Kemp fouls a couple off and takes a couple outside the strike zone. Hits that one well to center field. Blackman's got to turn around and run. He won't get there. Solarte headed for third. He's being waved. Kemp going into second base. The cutoff throw will not be made. And Matt Kemp comes up with a 2-out, 2-strike hit to put the Padres up 5-4 in the 7th.
Hey, good at bat here because Betancourt misses with a pitch. He is on that mistake. Sent it right back where it came from. We talked about the home run, straightaway center, the single, straightaway center, the double over the head of Blackman. Breaks the tie.
So you're saying he needs a triple?
Did I say that?
You implied it. Got a homer, a single, and a double.
Oh, I see where you're going.
One ball, no strikes to Justin Upton. He's been aboard twice tonight. Kemp now 13 homers, 23 doubles. Leads the team in hits. 2-0. Nice at bat for Matt Kemp.
Very nice.
Pattern tonight. Padres have gone ahead. Rockies have tied it up. Padres have retaken the lead, and now they're going to go ahead and move on from Upton and take their chances with Jed Jerko. Here's ball 4. Second walk of the night for Upton. This one intentional.
Hey, make it hurt, Jed. Chances are he's going to pitch him away. Fastballs, breaking balls away. Rifle one out to right center field somewhere.
Talk about the seesaw nature of this ball game. Matt Kemp leads all of baseball. 28 go-ahead RBIs this season.
How about taking something right out about there?
Where that big white arrow is?
Yeah.
2 on, 2 out for Jerko. Padres have gone back on top here in the 7th, and he takes ball 1 from Betancourt. I know international free agents can sign, so young at age 16, but to imagine that there's a guy playing today who signed a contract in 1993 is incredible.
It is incredible.
That's Betancourt. Jed takes a strike. 1-1. Fastball hit the outside corner. Fouls it back. 1-2. Clint Barmas hit one to the wall his last time up. Quite literally. Brandon Barnes couldn't have taken another half step.
Yeah.
Just up against it. Just missing. 1-2 to Jerko.
There's that pitch away. All 4 pitches. Fox Tracks brought to you by Nissan. Up and away.
Pat Murphy has seen his guys battle tonight. Padres have never trailed. And another foul ball on another pitch away to Jed Jerko.
Representing in the Mile High City, yo. I think you look at that jersey, who do you think of?
Dave Winfield.
I do too.
Two balls and 2 strikes to Jerko. Betancourt, the second reliever used in this inning by Walt Weiss, and he's had to work. Struck out Derek Norris, but then Kemp, the RBI double. A walk to Upton, and now good battle between he and Jed Jerko. That one's hit well to center. Blackman going back, long way to run at the wall.
Get out!
Gone! Home run! 3-run shot for Jed Jerko. Ball just kept carrying out to center field. And for the 8th time this season, Jerko leads the yard. And the Padres add to the lead here in the 7th. It is 8-4.
What did I say? Make it hurt. The intentional walk to Upton to get to Jerko. Hit me with your best shot. Hit me with your best shot. Jed, fire away. Did you think he got it off the bat?
I thought it was going to get over his head. I didn't know if it was going to leave the yard.
I was thinking right along with you, but what a great at-bat by Jed Jerko.
A couple of really nice at-bats this inning. Kemp, Jerko, and now a 4-run lead as the slider is strike 1 to Barmes. You said it, things can happen quickly in this ballpark, and Padres striking here in the 7th.
Oh, you're going to intentionally walk Upton to get to me? Really?
That one just into the seats.
Well, 2 can play that game, Cha-Cha. 7-pitch at bat for Jed Jerko.
Four-run inning for the Padres. And Barmes goes to center field. This one shallow. Blackman comes in, makes the catch, and that's it here in the 7th. But a very happy 7th inning stretch in the visiting dugout at Coors. Matt Kemp, RBI double. Jed Jerko, 3-run homer. An RBI double off of Rafael Betancourt, and a couple of batters later, Jerko goes deep, a 3-run homer. Double Kemp, 3-run bomb Jerko, and a 4-4 game turned quickly into an 8-4 game. A couple of really nice at-bats against Betancourt.
Great at-bats. I'm talking, 8, 9, 10 pitch at-bats, and the Padres coming out on the top end of those at-bats, making big differences. And Mark Zepchinski, now the left-hander, the lone left-hander now, since Frank Garces has been sent back down to the minor leagues.
Jose Reyes turns around to bat right-handed for the first time tonight. 8th time Zepchinski has come on for the Padres since his deadline deal. Abraham Almonte sent to Cleveland right at the trade deadline. And he's ahead of Reyes, 0-2. Yonder Alonso into the game at first base as Derek Norris moves behind the plate, so Austin Hedges nighters through. And Alonso will lead off in the 8th. Oh, to Reyes. And a little pop-up back behind first base, but that'll find the seats.
How many hits have gone to center field this evening?
A lot. Big hits, too.
Jerko's home run. Matt Kemp, all 3 of his hits to center field.
How about the night for those two guys? Kemp, 2-run homer. RBI double. Also has a single. Jerko, 3-run homer.
Oh, the jerk
and an RBI double.
The jerk store is open. They're doing
time.
well.
They're not out of anything.
No. They're lined up down the street.
You mentioned Frank Garces being sent back to AAA El Paso today. The corresponding move, in case you missed it, is that Corey Spangenberg is back off the disabled list. It's a late inning option for Pat Murphy off the bench. 1-2, and Reyes fouls another one off back behind the first base dugout. See Glenn Hoffman positioning the defense. Plenty of green space here in the big building on Blake. Outside ball 2 to Reyes. It's funny because we talk so much these days about infield shifts and the way that all lines up, but particularly in a place like this, your defensive positioning in the outfield is so important.
Huge. I think a lot has to do with what type of outfielders you have.
Backhanded by Solarte, and he throws out Reyes for the first out here in the 7th.
You know, if you've got some speed out there in the outfield, you can play on the shallow side because they can cover some ground going back and covering the gaps. Hey, nice play by Solarte over there.
Little backhand. Zepchinski gets the switch hitting Reyes. Now an opportunity to go against the left-handed hitting Carlos Gonzalez. Against the Padres at Coors Field this year, Cargo 0 for 15.
Sorry about it.
He takes ball 1 from
Hey,
Zepchinski.
I love it. You know me. I love the starters. I love the pitching staff. I love the bullpen. Those are my guys.
You're full of love.
And I love to see progress, and I love to see them make good pitches because I know how hard Darren Ballsy works. And how these guys are prepared each and every day.
That one line to center field.
Hey, you keep him in the yard, right?
Yeah.
He's going to get his hits. He's going to get his big hits. But if you're going to give up hits to Carlos Gonzalez, I'll give him the single.
Yeah. Base hit to center. Now you get a double play. No biggie. See if Zepchinski stays in to face the right-handed hitting Arenado. Sean Kelly was up in the Padre bullpen. And Pat Murphy making the slow walk out of the third base dugout. You do have another left-handed batter on deck in Paulson, but Pat Murphy will take the ball from his lefty, and Sean Kelly comes in with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th.
Nolan Arenado. Hey, we promised it earlier in the game. We have selected the Data Strong fan photo of the game, so tweet your strongest fan photo to hashtag SD Data Strong Fan for a chance to be featured in an upcoming broadcast. It is brought to you by T-Mobile. Ryan, we know that guy.
The guy from the right field mission, right?
Clearly. He's got the robe on as Sean Kelly comes on to pitch.
You know, Walt Weiss has staggered his lineup according with Arenado on down. Righty, lefty, righty, righty, righty. And after looking at some numbers, you know, Zepchinski's the only lefty.
He was just in.
Right. But you look at the numbers off of lefty, Zepchinski in the short time, 242. Sean Kelly, 250. So kind of a wash. And then righty, Sean Kelly, a 213 average against right-handed batters. Righties for Zepchinski, 333.
So there you go.
So he's banking on getting an Arenado here. Plus the way Sean Kelly's been throwing the baseball. Nasty fastball and the slider have been located well lately. Look at that. That's a good pitch.
Just missing, 1-1. So with the left-handed hitter on deck, you're saying, and Paulson, he's done about as good of a job against left-handed batters as Zepchinski has, while doing better against right-handed batters.
But the main concern is here against the righty Arenado with the way that Sean has been throwing the baseball.
Always fun to think along with the manager and all these little decisions that add up over the course of a season. Dangerous hitter at the plate. Reaches for that one, grounds it slowly to third. Solarte bare hand, and he throws it away. It's going to go into shallow right field. Gonzalez is going to come in and score, and Arenado stops at second base. Oh, great effort from Solarte, but unable to make an accurate throw to first, and it's now 8-5.
You know, the frustrating thing about this play is that we've seen Jan Hervis make this play and make the accurate throw. This one up the line, even coming off the bag, Yonder Alonso can't get to it. This will give us a good angle how far off he has to go.
Infield single and an error on Solarte. No RBI for Arenado, who's now at second base. And Darren Balsley comes out to talk to Sean Kelly and mention the left-handed batter Paulson coming up. Well, now first base is open, and with one out,
Walker, good pitch around him.
LeMahieu, of course, one of the best hitters in the National League, is on deck, and he's got a couple of doubles tonight. So pick your poison.
Interesting to see what the first couple of pitches are here for Sean Kelly, as DJ LeMahieu waits on deck.
There will not be a straight out intentional walk, at least for the moment, to Paulson, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. And he takes a fastball, called strike, 0-1.
Advantage Kelly. Yes, he did. You bet he did.
It's a good pitch anyway.
My goodness, if he would have hit it, it went to Boulder.
Just gets a piece, still 0-2. With first base open, Kelly going right at Paulson, and he's ahead of him.
Yeah, throw a pitch that's going to entice him to swing, a slider, maybe backdoor down and in, like that.
Big time strikeout for Sean Kelly. Big second out.
That's that slider towards the back foot. Swung right over the top of it. Okay, now a little scouting report from Derek Norris. You got LeMahieu right-handed at the plate. Right-handed hitting catcher Nick Hundley on deck.
Big night for LeMahieu. Those doubles in the second and the sixth. Also flown to right. Sean Kelly trying to leave the tying run in the on-deck circle here in the seventh. Fastball, strike one.
just like to Paulson. Fastball right there.
Mayhew's average up to 322. And he hits that one right to Solarte, who makes the catch, and the side is retired. Big time stuff out of Sean Kelly. Came in out of the pen and got the Padres out of it. Solarte had an error earlier in the inning, makes a nice stab there, and the Padres lead by 3. Forward to that after the game. Great job by Sean Kelly coming out of the bullpen, and now the first at bat of the night for Yonder Alonso, who's had great numbers in 9 games against the Rockies this year, and he faces a new pitcher for the Rockies, Gonzalez Hermen.
Well, high splits. Lefties 321, the righties 275. This being his 15th game. And look at the walks. 11 walks in 17 2/3. You got to be patient up there. He can be erratic.
Second stint with the Rockies. Called up today from AAA, and LeMahieu throws Alonso out for the first out of the inning. And before the game, of course, we make our choices in Saquon's Pick the Stick. Ooh, that's a big day for the professor, huh?
Yes, it is. 12-point day so far for Dick Enberg.
Meanwhile, you've collected 6 points. Allie has lost 2 for she and Chris Budden, and it's a 6-point race for first place.
As I've said so many times, it's a long season. Hey, how about Clay Hensley making the pick for Mark Sweeney and choosing Matt Kemp?
No, that's me. Melvin Upton pops this one up behind the plate. Hundley in front of the Colorado.
See, I was just wondering if you guys were listening. He took Jerko.
You
took Kemp. I was just wondering if you guys were on the ball. I knew that.
Yeah, no, you're all over it.
There's a method to my madness.
Sure. Pat Murphy goes to his bench here with 2 outs. And Corey Spangenberg off the disabled list today will get an opportunity to hit for the pitcher.
Spangy last played on June 27th, and he goes to center field. Blackmon backs up, makes the catch, and a 1-2-3 8th inning for Herman. Padres lead by 3. Log on to MercuryInsurance.com today and see how much you could save. By Petco, what we feed them matters. And by GMC, precision matters. Bottom of the 8th in Denver, Padres a 3-run lead, and so they turn to the setup man, Joaquin Benoit.
8th inning guy, and the numbers are great. 51st game for Joaquin. Strikeout pitcher. Few walks, and the splits speak for themselves.
Gets it done against the lefties and the righties.
This copyright telecast is presented by authority of the San Diego Padres and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the San Diego Padres.
New record. 6.22 seconds.
Thank you.
Still legal. Nick Hundley, Brandon Barnes, and the pitcher spot due up for the Rockies, 7-8-9 against Benoit. You were talking earlier in the night about wanting different kinds of baseballs here,
Yes.
make it play a little bit more fairly. How about at Coors, the closer would still get a save in a 6-run game?
I see where you're going.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
Quickly, 0-2 on Hundley.
Got to come up with something.
Nick has tripled, scored, and twice grounded out to shortstop.
How about only 2 outs an inning?
You start with an 0-1 count.
Yeah.
There you go.
1-1 count.
Like softball.
Yeah. You go up to the plate with a 1-1 count.
Sure. Move things along a little. Hundley in the air, right center. Melvin Upton makes the call and makes the catch. 1 away. Certainly expect those guys to over-communicate the rest of the night and able to have a laugh over what took place earlier. Time now for our Bill Howe play of the game. How about Derek Norris? Defensively, perfectly timed jump over at first base and in a big spot coming up with a big catch in the 6th.
Hey, leave it to Derek Norris. Now he's strapping on the gear and getting behind home plate for the stretch drive.
Brandon Barnes takes a fastball just outside from Benoit. Barnes hit that ball. Kemp and Melvin Upton had a miscommunication on and went for a triple in the 6th.
Ball just kind of dropped right between them. 1-1. Tyson Ross started this game, allowed 4 runs, although just 2 were earned in 5+ innings of work. Struck out 5. Norris, Zepchinski, and Kelly taking care of business in the 6th and the 7th. And now Benoit trying to do his part in the 8th. Pat Murphy mixing and matching against this dangerous Colorado lineup. 1-2. And a hard hit ball to right field. Kemp comes over. And a 1-out single for Barnes. Our game is presented in HD by Sony 4K. One on, 1 out, and a pinch hitter for Colorado. Benoit will go to work off of Daniel Descalso. See the overall numbers. 6 for 33 as a pinch hitter. Getting a lot of opportunities to come off the bench. He started just 27 games this year. Double play type situation for Benoit as he delivers a fastball strike. 0-1.
Infield on the pull side for Descalso. Outfield just a little bit going the opposite way as Melvin Upton Jr. is on the shortstop side of second base.
Strike 2. Nice. A couple of fastballs right there from Benoit. Descalso, one of those versatile National League players, good pinch hitter, can play all over the infield. Ball 1.
It's like their secret weapon, huh? You plug them in all over the place.
Started games this year at shortstop, at first, at second, at third.
And once again, one of those players, it's hard for me to see him in a Rocky uniform.
You think Cardinals?
I'm thinking the Birds perched up on the bat, on the chest.
Won a World Series with the Redbirds in 2011. It happens, though. Guys move on, but you're right. He's sort of burned into your mind as a Cardinal.
Let's check in with Derek Norris, see what he puts down here. 2-2. Fastball away. Remember, he's got the 95 heater now. Everything's been away to Descalso.
Away again, but too far. 3-2. Benoit looked a little frustrated with himself after that one.
Little fist pump. Fastball away again.
Barnes the runner at first. He goes. The 3-2 swung on and missed. Throw to second base. Not in time. So Descalso strikes out. Stolen base number 2 on the season for Barnes. And 2 away.
Fastball in. He wanted it down and away, and Derek Norris just kind of bounces this one. Clint Barnes has to go up and then back down, but by that time, too late. Barnes in safely.
Leadoff man Charlie Blackmon coming up. 3-run game in the bottom of the 8th with 2 outs. Walt Weiss rolling the dice, sending the runner on the full count. Blackmon 1 for 3 tonight with a single and a walk.
How about the Rocks tonight? 2 for 12 of runners in scoring position.
Game 2 of this series tomorrow. Join us at 4:30 on Fox Sports San Diego. Andrew Cashner will be on the mound against young John Gray. Get our first look at one of the big-time pitching prospects. Rockies called him up recently. Blackmon, first pitch swinging over to second base. Jerko, the underhand toss, and a nice job by Joaquin Benoit here in the 8th. Matt Kemp is a triple shy of the cycle. He's due up third in the top of the 9th inning as the Padres try and add on, leading 8-5. In the first inning, a 2-run homer off of Johan Flande to give the Padres a 2-0 lead. All right, so he homered in his first at bat. In his second at bat, he singled to center field. In his fourth at bat, he doubled over the head of Charlie Blackmon. So he's got, by my count, a homer, a single, and a double tonight.
So what are you getting at?
Well, you know, it's well known. You get a homer, a triple, a double, and a single in one game. It's called a cycle.
And he can see clearly now. The rain is gone, so when he goes up to the plate, hopefully he's standing on third base. And at this ballpark, it can happen.
A lot of green space. We've been talking about it all night.
You hit a gap.
Obviously, to most Padre fans, you're aware it's never happened. Not since 1969. No Padre has ever hit for the cycle. Enter
Justin Miller, right-hander for the Rockies, 17th game. Fastball slider, mid-90s on the fastball, 94-ish. More than a strikeout per inning pitched. Always working from the stretch.
Solarte, hey, Norris, and then Kemp.
Call a friend.
Let him know.
Phone a neighbor.
Text.
Put something out there on Twitter.
Plenty of it on Twitter.
I'm excited.
Ball and no strikes to Solarte, who takes inside. 2-0. Jan Herbies has got a 6-game hitting streak on the line. He's reached twice tonight, but both times on a fielder's choice, so he's 0 for 4. Derek Norris, nice night on deck. Batting left-handed for the first time tonight.
I just texted my best friend from high school, Tom Barker, who lives in Arizona, and he called 6 of our friends in Chicago. They're watching Padre baseball on Fox Sports San Diego. They want to see Matt Kemp go for. How do you like them apples?
Good apples.
The word's traveling quickly.
Kemp is in the hole. Saw Kimbrel and Quackenbush warming up. One would assume in a 3-run game you'll see Kimbrel. If the Padres extend the lead, could be Quack. Leadoff walk for Solarte here in the 9th. .361 times a Padre player has come up one hit shy of the cycle. Most of the time it's been the triple. Could argue it's the hardest one to get.
I would agree with that. I concur.
Text that. Tweet that. 258. Maybe tonight's the night. We'll find out soon.
I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it.
You know. Norris singled and scored on Kemp's homer in the first, hit his own in the fifth. Norris takes a fastball. 0-1. Everybody on Twitter's talking about it. They're tweeting away.
Is it trending?
If he gets it, it will be, I assure you. Nothing in 2 to Norris. The cycle is essentially a statistical oddity. It's not the best night you can have. Anyone will tell you I'd rather hit 3 homers and have a single than hit for the cycle.
Correct.
But it's just this thing with this ball club and with this franchise. (0-2) from Miller to Norris. And a long pause. Eventually Derek asks for time.
(9:36) Mountain Time.
Now he knows. Now the 0-2 and a foul ball. A couple of good cycle ballparks in the National League West. This would obviously be one of them. Arizona, ton of outfield there. Matt Kemp, a triple away, and he's on deck. Got him. So Norris strikes out, and with 1 out, Solarte on first. Matt Kemp will come to the plate. Missed the triple against the Padres 3 years ago. So it's not just eluded the Padre organization, it has personally eluded Matt Kemp. All I know is if he hits one in the gap, Solarte better get on his horse and go.
Yeah. And looking at the outfield, playing a little bit to go the other way. Deep in right is Gonzalez. Blackman on the first base side of second base. Big gap in left center field.
That might be the place. Gone to center a couple of times tonight, and he takes ball 1. 2-run homer in the first, single in the third, RBI double in the 7th. Got to hit it to the right place. And he hits it out to center. Right center. Blackman's got a long way to go. He's still going.
Off the wall.
And it is
Go,
off the
go.
wall. It takes a funny hop. Kemp is rounding second.
Go.
He's heading to third.
Gotta go.
And Matt Kemp into third base with a triple and the first cycle in the history of the San Diego Padres.
That just happened. Slider away. Went with another breaky ball, and then he's on his horse. My goodness, witnessing history for Matt Kemp and the San Diego Padres. That is some kind of nice right there, folks.
August 14th, 2015, Coors Field, Denver, Colorado.
He thought he got it at first, and then the bounce helps out. Because Blackmon was going back, the bounce off the padding went to center field, and then by that time, Matt Kemp was off and running hard. Go ahead, Matt. You can smile. Go ahead.
7,443 games played in the history of the San Diego Padres, and for the first time, one player, a single, a double, a triple, and a homer.
That is so awesome. And tomorrow, Andrew Cash is going to throw a no-hitter.
Why not? Knock it all off.
That's right. Rock on with your bad self there, Matt Kemp.
Meanwhile, it extends the lead, now a 4-run game. And Matt Kemp has made history. It's a Friday night in August. You never know what you're going to see.
Did you see the reaction of the bench?
Whole dugout was up.
It was unbelievable.
They knew.
They were cheering him on.
You needed the bounce.
Yep.
And it took a funny hop off that wall in right center field. It got away from Blackmon. And Solarte was hung up for a moment, just had to wait and see. Eventually got himself out of the way, and Kemp into third. I hope everybody texted their friends.
Think about that. 1969, 2015. And that man, number 27, Matt Kemp, just hit for the cycle. The first time in franchise history. Look, it's still hard for him to hold back the smiles. And Glenn Hoffman, he's loving every minute as well.
Upton swings and misses, strike 3.
Okay, folks, I got to come clean here. And this is the honest to gosh truth, okay? I swear. Jesse's laughing. Before this game started, Jesse and I were sitting up in the booth, filling out our books, talking ball. Jesse Agler said to me, somebody's going to hit for the cycle tonight. Nice going, Nostradamus.
Yeah. Probably the 12th time I've said it this season.
But you said it.
Yeah.
It just occurred to me. I remember we had that conversation before the game started.
Now I got to ask you, pick the stick. Did the professor and I, do we get like a bonus, like a cycle bonus, like 100 bonus points or something? That one gets away. And Kemp going to try and score. And he's out. Oh, well. 4-run lead for the Padres and the first cycle in franchise history. We'll go to the bottom of the 9th at Coors. 9-5 as Pat Murphy wants to make sure and see if he was safe or out. Looks like he's convinced that Kemp was out. But in all honesty, it's secondary right now, because for the first time in Padre history, a Friar has hit for the cycle. Kemp got the bounce. He has the wheels into third base with a triple. And Padre history. Padres a 2-0 lead. Next at bat, single to center field. All right, he's 2 for 2. After a ground out to short in the 5th inning, an RBI double in the 7th, and then in the top of the 9th, a triple to complete the first cycle in team history.
I'm so happy for Matt Kemp and the Padres. I'm like a little kid. That's awesome.
It's legitimate history.
Well, release the Kimbrel.
Jose Reyes takes a fastball outside. 4-run Padre lead. Kimbrel stays on. Try and lock this one down. Hey, look, this season, it's not what people were hoping for when all is said and done. Not that it's over. There's time left, but it's been a tough year for the Padres at times. But 2015 will be remembered for a lot of things. And the big offseason acquisition, the first big move that A.J. Preller made, pays off in a historical way tonight.
I just love the reaction of his teammates as well.
First for him, too.
It's like a little league team down there. Guys on the bench hooting and hollering and jumping around.
It's neat that it's a star player.
Yeah.
You wish it could have happened at home, but special night. Cargo first pitch swinging. Barmis going back, and the shortstop makes the catch. 2 away. Closed captioning brought to you by Wiener Schnitzel. We'll hear from Matt Kemp coming up in Padres Live, the post-game show. What a night.
Yes!
Padres 1 out away from finishing this thing off, and strike 1 to Arenado at 99.
You know, it's one of those things as a fan, you're just going to be sitting in your lounger at home. You're going to be thinking about Padre baseball. All of a sudden, you're just going to break out and just start laughing and say, yes! I saw that. Where was I when I saw Matt Kemp hit for the cycle? You're going to remember where you were. Think about the great hitters that the Padres have that have worn a uniform. We always talk about Tony Gwynn, Ken Caminetti, Steve Finley. We can go on and on. Nate Colbert. Gary Sheffield.
The question has been answered. And by Matt Kemp.
Dave Winfield.
1-2. And a hard line drive into right center field. Melvin Upton goes over to cut it off. Arenado content with a single. And a 2-out base runner for the Rockies here in the bottom of the 9th.
Well, the man we miss so dearly each and every day, Tony Gwynn. 22 times he had a chance to hit for the cycle, whether it was a single, double, triple, or home run. Hey, back in 1969, a gallon of gas was 35 cents. Nixon was president. Put that in perspective.
Seriously. Paulson fouls it back. We put a man on the moon in July of '69. And the Padres were midway through their first season. Those Padre fans, save the ticket stub.
Oh, you betcha.
Take a screenshot if it was on your phone. Do something. 0-2. Witnesses to history. Got your scorebook. Whatever it is.
Foul ball just got a piece. I'll tell you what, today's page from your scorebook, Mark.
Yes, sir.
When this season is over, maybe you tear it out, get it framed, do something nice with that.
I want to get a nice picture with Matt.
Sure,
with
holding
it with my scorebook.
Yeah,
and kind of pointing to it. That'd be kind of cool.
We'll hear from Matt Kemp in the post-game show. Could be a lot of microphones and cameras in his faces tonight.
We just saw the first cycle in franchise history.
Marlins are on the clock. Only team without a cycle. Two-two to Paulson. Got him. Craig Kimbrell puts an exclamation point on a historic night for the Padres. He strikes out Paulson. The Padres win 9-5 as Matt Kemp hits the